Welcome back to my channel. Donna Parsons here, and today we are going to do conditional formatting in 3 separate sheets. So the first sheet that I have open is student IDs, and I have their test scores. And what I want to do in conditional formatting is I want to show, for example, the top highest grades. So who has got the top highest grades in this grid? So I'm going to select the grades, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on my home tab. I'm going to come over to conditional formatting, and I'm going to click the down arrow. I'm going to come over to top bottom rules, and I'm going to come over to top 10%. And when I left click my mouse on top 10%, it highlights the top 10% of the grades in red. Now, in this box that pops up, I have a choice by clicking this drop down arrow to say, give me maybe these in green. What if I did not want the top 10%? What if I wanted the top 5%? To do this, all you need to do is change the spin arrow and click it a few times so that it says 5% in there, or 5. And now I have the top 5% of the class that has the highest grades, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now, what if I wanted to show, in contrast, the lowest, or the lowest 5% of the grades in the class? So I make sure that I have these selected, and I'm going to come back to my home tab. I'm going to come over to conditional formatting. I'm going to click the down arrow, and then I'm going to come down to where it says bottom 10%. Left click my mouse, and now I want to highlight that in red. And I'm going to click the spin, left click it a few times so that it shows 5 in there. And when I click OK, I now have the lowest 5% of the grades in the class and the highest 5% of grades in the class. Okay, we're going to go on to the next sheet. Stick with me because I have some great tips here. Okay, trick number 2. This one is a little bit more intricate. So we're going to use conditional formatting to highlight the word order. But before we do that, let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to delete this, okay? What I want to say in the G column is, if the inventory falls below 1,000, then I want to put the word order over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the word order. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So we're going to left click our mouse in the G column here. And I'm going to come up to our insert function, and we're going to use the if here. We're going to click OK. And the logical test is, if C2 is less than, okay, 1,000 in inventory, then if true, I want it to say the word order. If false, I don't want to put anything in, so I'm going to just do quote, quote, okay? So when I click OK, it shows the word order. And when I drag my autofill down, you can see what items I need to order. So to take this one step further with conditional formatting, we're going to come up to our home tab. We're going to come up to conditional formatting, and we want to make sure that we have the G column selected. We're going to click the down arrow, and in this case, it's going to be highlight cell rules, and you're going to come down to text that contains. Text that contains. And when I left click my mouse, I'm going to choose the word in here, the word order, okay? So I want to highlight the cell rules that need to order. We need to order, and I can choose obviously any color that I want, but you can see that it highlights the cells that I need to order. And this makes it a lot easy if you're doing inventory and you need to keep up with your inventory. Okay? and I click OK, and there you go. These are the items that need to be ordered. We're going to go on to the next lesson. So trick number 3, thank you for sticking with me, because this one I'm actually going to show you 2 different ways to do conditional formatting, is now we're going to highlight the salaries that are between a certain number. So for example, if I wanted to highlight the salaries between 25,000 and 50,000, this is the way to do it. So I'm going to select the salary column, and I'm going to come up to my home tab. I'm going to come over to conditional formatting and click the drop down arrow. When I do, I want to come back down to where it says highlight cell rules, but this time we want to choose between, the word between, and left click our mouse once. And if I wanted to say I want to highlight the cells between 25,000 and let's just say 50,000. It is going to highlight the cells, the salaries that are between 25,000 and 50,000. And I can highlight them in any color that I want. So you're just choosing between a certain amount. I'm going to go ahead and click cancel, and I'm going to show you something else in conditional formatting that is another really cool thing to show. And I'm going to put on the currency symbol instead of the dollar symbol, so it's close to the numbers here. And I made this a lot larger. And in conditional formatting, I'm going to come back up to the home tab, come over to conditional formatting, and I'm going to click the down arrow. But this time, I'm going to choose data bars. And when I choose data bars, you have a couple of options. You have a gradient fill, and then you have a solid fill. So you can choose any color that you want. And because we're visual, when you do data bars, it really shows you which one has the highest salaries in bars. So I'm going to left click my mouse in the gradient fill, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit larger so that you can see the highest earners, or the highest people that have the highest salaries in our company. And if I was to change any of these numbers, let's just say I'm going to change this one from 21 to 81, and I'm going to click enter. You can see now it went from 21 to 81 and changed the data bars. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you like what I have, please subscribe to my channel and leave some comments. If you want to see something that I haven't made a lesson on, by all means, please let me know. Thank you for your time and have a great day.